Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Red Zone podcast. My name is Nate Coe, and I am once again joined by my slightly just out of it and Wi-Fi depressed co-host going through a swath of technical difficulties, Riley Davis, and once again joined by good friend of the pod and recurring guest Jackson Chapman, as we had a big Georgia game this weekend, so we have to
We
bring on
did.
the resident furry correspondent to talk about
The
the
person who barks at people.
And it's funny. Get over it. I'm making a bowl game, and you're still in question.
What?
not making a
There's
bowl
not a
game.
question. Hello? What was the question? If we beat Texas A&M?
So I, for one, am excited for Clemson versus South Carolina at 9:30 a.m. on AMC Network.
It's noon.
For well, that's not that. Well, that's not what the joke is.
No, it means I have to get up at 6 a.m. to be there.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yay.
I had to wake up at 4:30 a.m. for the
Well, I have to
UCLA
get up
game.
at 4:30. Our call time's gonna be like 6.
Me, 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 me. But anyway, Jackson, what have you been up
Stating the
to in
facts.
the month and a half since we last saw you?
It's been a lot. It's been a lot. Game day came. That was very fun. We beat Ole Miss. We have almost lost every game, but then come back. And this
So it's the same
past,
thing as last year.
yeah, man. But we're gonna win the night. We're awesome. But this year, or not this year, this past weekend, we went to get this Gator out of here. We went to destroy the Gators because we are the best team ever. And yeah, nothing else happened. Nothing notable. I don't know. We killed them.
No, nothing notable in that game either. Total
What was the
destruction of
final
Florida.
score again?
Like 24,000 to 20.
Okay, got it. Just checking.
Um,
Yeah, we're pretty good.
but yeah, sure. Let's go with that. College football has continued to truck on in the weeks in our absence. I guess we should slightly apologize for this being 5 days late.
Yeah.
We are like officially recording and uploading episodes on Wednesdays now because of the playoff rankings. Because say it with me now, guys, fuck the AP poll. So we're not recording on Monday nights anymore. We're waiting for Tuesday for the playoff committee to decide how many SEC teams they're going to circle jerk their way into the playoffs. Um,
Hey, can you say that last phrase again?
no. But playoff rankings have come out. I thought there was notable problems with them, but first we can get into the news. And the news is, hey, multi-billion dollar companies, give me my football back. I am a YouTube TV customer, so it would be really nice if Disney and Google could come to an agreement on this carriage dispute, and I can get football back.
These reactions are so funny. I'm gonna start doing this.
Anyway,
Jackson, do you have a
I think
reaction that ties
Yeah.
into football streaming?
Uh, no, that's evil. That's
all I'm
Got it.
saying
my reaction.
is I may or may not be setting sail at sea this weekend to watch football games that I want to watch.
Got it. At
I will
sea.
let setting sail.
Okay, how do I get rid of these reactions now?
Oh, I
You just
get
gotta
it,
wait.
Nate.
Yeah,
Oh,
you get it. You
Took
get
me a
what I'm
hot
gonna be doing this
second.
weekend.
I get
Yep,
it.
setting sail across the oceans and seas. But
Playing a
anyway, that
little.
doesn't affect either of
That is
you
a Disney
two. I'm
movie.
just gonna complain about it because I like watching football and I can't watch 70% of the games without ESPN.
this is true.
So get your stuff together, billion dollar companies. Um, but anyway, let's get into the playoff rankings. And we have a whole new rankings, guys. A whole new, it's just stuff to talk about. Um, we'll go 25 down to one, like what they do. I know we usually do 1 to 25, but why
We're
not
gonna
switch it
play it
up?
like the playoff committee.
We are. So,
Got
number
it.
25, Tennessee, which is just hilarious SEC bias, given that they've beaten one team over 500 this entire
No,
year
there's no
and
SEC
have
bias.
lost
No.
every time they've played a ranked team. So, all I'm saying is, if it was Indiana with that record, we would have been castrated to the pits of hell.
100%. I
But
mean,
yeah, because you
they're
don't have
6
the
and
right
3.
win. You guys don't have any like valuable wins. You're not. This episode, I'm committed to making Nate mad.
Go
You
for it,
can't make me
Jackson.
mad. You can't make me mad. Indiana's doing
Yes.
incredible in every
Bro,
sport right
don't
now.
even play. It 100% makes you mad when people say
No,
that Indiana doesn't have quality wins. Even if you're number two, people are still gonna say it.
I am in bliss right now. You cannot rage bait me. This episode, you will not rage bait me. I am too happy to be rage baited.
Give me 50 minutes and I'll change your mind.
What does he feel underneath? We don't know.
I feel glee and whimsy and a little bit of pain because I have shin splints. So,
Oh,
and also I can't breathe because congestion. See, you can't
cute.
rage bait me because my body has been rage baiting me for the last week and a half.
It'd just be like icing on the cake. It's just like the straw that breaks the camel's
Emotional,
back.
emotional anguish as well
Emotional
as
rage
physical
baiting.
anguish. I think it's impossible to physically rage bait someone. I think that's just assault.
Hey, who's
What would
24?
who's 24?
We get back on topic.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Pitt coming in at 24, Washington at 23, Missouri at 22, Michigan at 21. Iowa comes in at 20 after not even being ranked in the AP poll. USC at 19,
cringe.
Miami dropping down to 18th, Tech at 17th, Vandy at 16th, Louisville at 15th, UVA at 14th, Utah at 13th, Oklahoma at 12, Texas at 11. Guys, Notre Dame at 10, like we all said was going to happen at the beginning of the year when they were 0-2 and still ranked, and we're like, they're going to be in the top 10 eventually. Well, it happened, and now they're going to make the playoffs if they win out, which is hilarious. Oregon at 9, Texas Tech at 8, BYU at 7, Ole Miss at 6, UGA at 5, Bama at 4, A&M at 3, Indiana at 2, and Ohio State at 1. Instant reactions.
That's
I
awesome.
think we should be the number one team in the country, but that's neither here nor
Moving
there.
on.
Indiana, no ranked wins.
We literally have
Not
two ranked
Oh,
anymore.
wins.
not anymore. I
We
prefer
literally have two rank. We have
add me to
two
the
rank. We beat
committee.
top 10. We beat two top 10 teams this year.
Nope, it didn't count. Oregon's not that good anymore.
See, I think that's negative ball knowledge. See, I don't think you watch the sport.
Also,
Riley,
did you not say that Illinois did not deserve to be in the top 10?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh,
Why
well,
would
they're
I
not
say
in
that?
the.
That would invalidate our win.
Well, they're not even ranked anymore.
I
Well, they
think
were ranked when we played them.
Got it. Is it?
And you
We
can
did
add a
talk about that.
transitive.
It's the
You
Indiana
can
curse of just like you
you can.
play a ranked team or you have a ranked team coming up to like help pack the schedule, but then they just decline.
Iowa's been good. They're ranked now.
Not
And the
in
Penn
any.
State thing isn't our fault. We couldn't do anything to
yes,
stop
it
that.
is. Your fault.
Anyway, I also think it's hilarious that they decided to not rank a single group of five team.
Yes,
Well,
it's
yeah,
Despite
because
the
they're gonna
fact
have to
that
put them
Memphis
in eventually.
despite the
Hello,
fact that Memphis is 8-1 and like
Memphis is
has
at
been
8-1,
looking
and they
really
have to
good.
put it. Yeah.
but realistically, do you think like Tennessee could lose to Memphis?
Yes. Tennessee's defense is one of the worst in the country.
What? No, we beat them. They're good.
You scored
You
48
just said
points.
we beat them in.
They have to be
You
good.
beat
We
them in a
beat them.
shootout.
They have to help our schedule.
They
You
allowed
sound like
East
an
Tennessee
Indiana
State to score
fan,
like 24
Jackson.
points against them.
It's because they're like us. Like, okay, I guess we'll try now. I guess we'll actually like to make it fun.
We'll lock in now.
They
Yeah.
can't beat good teams. They let Oklahoma score 33 points.
Yeah, and you know who doesn't let teams score points? Indiana. Indiana's like, we won't let the teams have fun. I guess we'll kill them. Meanwhile, Georgia
We are
football.
our opponents are averaging 10 points a game right now.
Damn.
You know what?
You know there's only 3 teams in the country that have allowed less than 24 points in every single game, and it's Ohio State, Indiana, and Auburn, who is 4-5 and probably not going to make a bowl game. That is news. Hugh Freeze got fired.
I
Rip
forgot about
Bozo. We
that.
smoking that Hugh Freeze pack.
Uh,
That's actually
some,
kind of bad for Alabama because he's not very good at his job, and now that game at Jordan Hare is going to be even more annoying. But
oh, never mind. We
for the
don't like.
time being, we are smoking the Auburn pack. Did
Yes,
any other coaches get fired?
Our
Mike.
offensive coordinator did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Riley, thoughts?
I'll just say some facts, which is that we have one of the worst offensives in the country, and I've literally watched Lenora Sellers' skill decline as he's been under Mike Shula, and I've
Just
watched the student section chant "Fire Shula" multiple times. I've watched someone get put up on the Jumbotron with their rally towel that said hashtag Fire Shula. There was a small protest about it on campus, so I will just say it happened. And now, I believe his name is also Mike, actually. Like the guy taking over for the rest of the season is Mike Fury, who's our wide receivers coach, I believe. Um, so who knows? We got a bye week this week, so maybe that'll whip us up into shape for the last three games.
hang out the keep coach.
You know who they should really go get as their offensive coordinator?
Hmm,
Mike Bobo.
Mike Bobo.
Endless screens.
He was doing good at Ole Miss.
Up the middle.
Um, but and Brian Kelly was last week. We covered that last week, right?
Hmm.
Yes. Yeah, because we talked about
Um,
I think we just
yeah,
talked about him being a bad person.
we did because he has a
What? No, he's a great person. Don't say that.
Jackson's just
also
rage baiting this whole episode.
also Wisconsin decided to keep Luke Fickle, which is hilarious because he has single-handedly driven them into the ground the last few years.
Okay, I'm trying to
So
think. Did we forget any coach firings?
we probably did.
Open
There's
house.
too many coaching fires for us to keep track of.
It's like kind of insane.
Yeah. Um, I guess we can also talk about like the proposed initial matchups in the playoffs and kind of like our
Yeah,
thoughts on them. Um, my current thought is that it looks like Indiana has the best route to like we have the best first round matchup that anyone could have
I
because
guess,
I would 100% rather play Notre Dame or BYU.
but I also feel like it's gonna change up so much in the next coming weeks.
Yeah.
Is it really worth it to even do this?
Yeah, because it's funny.
Okay, this gets a thumbs up then.
I mean the
I
only
like
time it's like
hypotheticals
would get serious would be like
towards the end of
the
the year,
week
probably.
before, like when it's actually set. It's gonna change up
Well,
until
there
that
was
week.
one week last year where Indiana
Therefore,
was
I
playing Alabama.
That was crazy.
Um, but yeah, rankings. Do you guys have any thoughts,
I just feel like
opinions,
I mean,
feelings?
guys, the
the same
3-6
because
Gamecocks have really been giving it their all, and I think that that needs to be recognized in the playoff committee's choices, because I think, we've really been trying our best, you know.
Anyway, Jackson.
it's just it's too far from now to actually really give me anything. These numbers, the matchups are going to change so much. I mean, like yes, probably like we may still face because the way it is
No, like
currently now it's UGA against Memphis. Like that could change. That's it. But like the,
what's your thoughts on just the rankings, not like the matchups, just like the initial top 25.
everything is perfect, and there is never human error in college football, and everything is perfect in sunshine and rainbows.
The true words of a UGA fan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shut
I
up.
don't know. We're not one. I don't care.
It's like,
Um,
I've given up.
I
This
think
season
Texas is
sucks.
very
We're the worst team
overranked.
ever.
I think Texas is overranked. I don't think they should be 11th, but they have to be ahead of Oklahoma because of head-to-head matchups, which I guess makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but still, no.
Eh.
Guys, the Arch Heis Manning is going to happen.
Arch
All right, let's
Heis
talk about our games.
Manning.
Um, I'll start because let's be real, I can just copy and paste what I said last week and put it in again in this week because we just keep steamrolling every single team we play.
It's true.
Um, I guess there was a few new things with this week, which is that everyone is getting injured, which is bad. Surratt got injured. Fisher is still kind of injured. We have two offensive linemen go down. We had a few defensive players go down. We have not had a bye week in like a month and a half, so we really need to get through these next two games, get a bye week before Purdue, heal up. Luckily, it shouldn't matter too much because we still the rest of our schedule, the next three games, does all three of those teams have not won a Big Ten game this whole year. Like their combined record is like 0-19. So we can use that to our advantage and beat up Penn State. That game's going to be a little tougher. I'll talk about it when we do like next year. But I mean, I thought everyone played really well. Once again, like we are hitting on all cylinders. Mendoza is very good. Even when he had kind of like an off game, like they really committed to stopping the pass. They had that interception on the first drive, but I mean, he said it in his press conference. You commit to stopping the pass, we'll run for 300 yards down your throat. Like it is what is so good about this team compared to last year is last year if the pass game wasn't working, the run game wasn't good enough to bail us out. But this year, pass game isn't working, run game can bail us out. Run game isn't working, pass game can bail us out. We are a very good hybrid offense in that way. Um, Once again, thought defense played well. Um, I thought the running game had its first really good game in a bit. Once again, we have three really good running backs. I think Kobe Martin is going to be a starter for a very long time with this team next year and onward. I think he's an incredible back, and he's like our third string. Um, Defense played good. A lot of like, I think we ended up forcing 5 turnovers, which is like the most we forced this like for like the last like 10 years. Um, we're also 8 for 13 on third down was really nice. Um, I think I saw something that said that Indiana leads the country in third down percentage, which is pretty cool. Um, because like we always get a lot of thirds and one, third and two, third and three. Like we have a lot of third and manageables, which makes everything. And also the possession stat was really funny. We had 40 minutes of possession to their 20. Um,
Damn.
yeah. A lot of just long sustained drives. 13 plays, 93 yards. 8 plays, 76 yards. 9 plays, 84 yards. 13 plays, 95 yards. 8 plays, 93 yards. Just very consistently good throughout the game. We had that stretch where we scored 21 points in 2 minutes, which was pretty cool. But yeah, very good overall game. They needed to keep this up. Penn State's not going to be as easy as everyone says it is. They showed a lot of heart against Ohio State this week. Um, and yeah, another good week, another big win. And I do genuinely believe we are the best team in the country. Because when you compare us to Ohio State, we have a much better offense and they only have a slightly better defense. Like when you compare the two of us, it our stats are very close, but it edges towards us a little bit. Um, so yeah, very happy with this game. This felt like a very much like a trap game, and they went in there, handled business, got out, and yeah, cool, 9-0, pretty cool. I like being 9-0. It's pretty nice.
Must be.
Yeah, Riley, you want to go? Because Jackson's just been fucked
I don't
off
know
for
what
like
he's
the last
doing.
like 5 minutes.
I'm going on a trip because my great grandmother is turning 90.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
yeah, so we're gonna celebrate her place in North. Actually, a location
In the
undisclosed
north.
in the
In the
north. So
north.
don't stalk me because I know we got stalkers on YouTube. But I'm really excited for it. But before we were recording, I just gotten done with classes, so I'm packing as Nate because I had a feeling Nate would go on a rant about how he loves Indiana football, and I was like, you know what, more power to you. So I'm just gonna pack.
Well now it's my turn to talk about how painful this weekend was. So let's begin, shall we? Do we want to play a fun game of how many times do we think that Lenora Sellers got sacked this week?
At least
7.
two.
6. Isn't
Yippee!
that so great? Um, so yeah, I would say this is as we talked about earlier. Um, Mike Chula, our offensive coordinator, got fired this week. Um, so I did kind of see this game as it had to be the straw that broke the camel's back because I know that people have been calling for him to get fired for a long time now, and like since like week 3, I want to say. Um, and so um, I mean, it must have just been like the last straw, really, because it was pretty sad. It was not a solid performance from the Gamecocks, I would say. Like if I had to compliment, it would be compliments to the defense for like having a good first half, but then like the fourth quarter especially, but like the second half in general was kind of just like where we seemed to fall apart the most. Um, where and then a majority of those sacks took place. Lenore Sellers did not look his best, throwing 2 interceptions, 16 for 30. Um, he really didn't look his best. He had a lot of overthrown passes. A couple passes, like I will give him, like I will say that, like I will say pretty consistently, like before this as well, a lot of like he does have good passes that like just don't get grabbed that really 100% should have. But this game was definitely not his best. He didn't show up like normal, I would say.
Riley, do you
Um,
remember when South Carolina was ranked at the beginning of the year and you thought Virginia Tech was a good win? Yeah, that was funny.
I'm,
See, at least he's not. At least he's not just rage baiting me.
I mean,
Equal
I feel like there's
opportunity.
nothing else to rage bait besides just like, guys, we're three
It
and
could be
six.
worse. It could be
Hello.
worse. You could be Clemson.
That's so
That is
true.
true, actually.
Could be a tiger. What even is a tiger?
All Tigers are suffering right now, and I think that's pretty
But
awesome.
yeah, it's pretty bad. Pretty bleak at the moment.
Pretty bad.
But, you know, I did have to like it was the fourth quarter where I was like half watching due to how painful it was, and then we threw an interception, like a bad interception. And I was like, all right, I'm not watching this anymore. So it's been bleak for many weeks now, as I've said, and as we've watched, because we're going on our like what fourth straight loss now. Isn't that beautiful? Um, so it's been pretty bleak. I will say the four straight losses has also been to the LSU, who was number 11 at the time, Oklahoma, Alabama, Ole Miss. We have a bye week this week. I guess, probably going to be good to recuperate, especially with a new person calling the offensive plays. And then we are in College Station for number 3 Texas A&M. So,
It's not like they're a cult or anything. You'll probably be fine.
yeah, it's not like they have what are their cheerleaders? I don't know what they're called. They're
It's
all
like
male
a. It's like
cheerleaders.
something like this. I think.
Yeah, they're like I don't even know. Up in eggs, I don't even know. Um,
Man, I hate Texas A&M.
everyone does. A yell leader, that's what they're called.
Uh,
You
But
know what
yeah,
that reminds me
so
of? Yell
what?
leader. Fucking Pokemon Sword and Shield. God, I hate that game.
we cannot go on this rant because I know you will talk about this for the next 15 minutes, and this video is going on long enough.
No, 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 Jackson. Last week we had an episode that was like 50 minutes, 55 minutes long.
I
We
know
are
I watched
only
all of
we're
it.
only at like 24 minutes at this point.
Oh my
Well,
god.
if it gets to the point where like I have to leave for we have a basketball game today,
We have
guys,
a
and I'm
hard
playing in.
cap on this episode.
Yeah, we do. Well, I mean, I could also just like leave and have y'all close it out, and who knows what would happen then. But it would be like a panic leave. I'll be like, well, I'll see you next week. Goodbye. And then y'all just take it from there. But we'll see how it
I
goes.
leave for your basketball game.
Huh?
What time do you have to leave for your basketball game?
Like by 6.
Oh, that's plenty of time.
We're fine.
That's
You
like
guys
4.
think Lightning McQueen has a brain?
Are you trying to make me late for basketball?
No. Oh?
Does he have a brain? I don't
Like, is his brain an engine or does he have like a human brain?
know. I think it's kind of like a human brain because like cars have like is like isn't the Pixar theory like cars have transcended humanity and developed consciousness like kind of like AI? Wait, are you telling me the next 10 years Chat
Is
GPT is going to
cars?
become Lightning McQueen?
Oh my God.
Okay,
When
if
they did the
Chat
Sally
if like
special, do you think they gave her a brain?
yes,
Like
that
they made
Carrera
her
was
like it
beautiful.
was the most beautiful car I've ever seen. And if
It
I
is one
had
of the nicest
however
cars
many
I've seen in a
millions of
hot minute.
dollars that car was, I would have
Wouldn't say it's the
bought
most
it.
beautiful car ever. I
Okay,
mean,
one of.
the Ferrari LaFerrari exists, and the 911 GT3 RS
I
exists.
don't know, but the Sally specials, it's so
I mean, it's
blue.
just the same Carrera, but like with a different
Ooh.
paint scheme
It's
on it.
pretty. But anyways, you think they gave her a brain? You think she like is self-driving?
Do I think
When
Sally
will they
from Cars
release
is
Lightning?
self?
What you say, Jackson?
Do I think Sally from Cars is self-driving?
No,
I think all the cars are self-driving.
I don't think
no,
so.
No?
in
I
the
like
Porsche 911 Sally
what was his name?
special.
Francesco from the Cars
Anyway,
series.
let's talk about Georgia, Florida.
Okay.
Jackson,
Jackson.
thoughts?
Yeah, I had him, and then I just lost. Oh, I found him. There's a tradition. That's passed down my section of having this gator. Wait,
He's kind of
attached to
cute.
your spot. Yeah, he is cute. You're supposed to punch him. Anyways,
Oh,
um, so we punch him all the time. It's pretty cool, and that's kind of what I did a lot because I was really frustrated at the game, and it was just like, why am I here?
why? I thought you guys won by 20 million or 24 million.
And okay, some highlights of the game. We didn't actually win by 20 bajillion billion. Sorry, that's a lie. I'm trying to rage bait people. I barked at people a lot because I think I hate. I'm just gonna say it. I hate Florida the most out of all the SEC teams. Shocker! It's a rivalry game. It's also the last time we will play it in Jacksonville because then after that we'll go from Atlanta to Tampa, which
Aren't
kind of
they
like
just doing that? Are they just doing that temporarily until they
yeah,
make the new stadium in
yeah,
Jacksonville?
renovations to Jacksonville, and but I liked it, and I mean I love Jacksonville, and it's like that was like the last time we'll be in Jacksonville for I think the rest of my college, like time in college and with Georgia, so I wanted to win obviously, and we did win, but it was a very ugly game. There's yeah, a lot of poor and questionable decisions made from the refs on both sides. I would argue. And I think it was just brutal playing from us because, like, the very opening drive, we did great and we eventually got a touchdown. And then we just let DJ Lagway be good and curb stop us. And then we kind of just, like, for the rest of the game, we're playing catch up again until we finally got them on the fourth, I think, like 4th and 1. And the only highlight is Gunnar Stockton took a knee to mess with Vegas. And I think that is really funny to make the spread go under. I don't know. I mean, like it's kind of what Nate says, like the same thing as last week. It's just we're losing, and then the resilience of Georgia football makes people win. Yay, sunshine rainbows. But next week we have Mississippi State. I would just watch post a very, I guess, infamous like post game interview for the Mississippi State coach about how his team is full of dinosaurs and talking about dinosaurs. Dude, I can show it to you. It is like the most questionable thing I've ever seen.
Um,
Um, that's kind of it. I mean, I was gonna say, okay, one thing for Nate, and then I just kind of realized this with my comment I made earlier about tigers. I'll just say the tiger thing first. If you are a tiger in general in college football right now, then you are having probably like one of the worst. Like it just sucks to be a Tiger. Because think about it, the Auburn Tigers just fired their head coach. The Mizzou Tigers just lost their quarterback. The
still
Clemson
ranked
Tigers,
though.
what?
I said they're still ranked though.
Oh, give them time. that
Yeah,
will
they're
not.
not going to be ranked after this week.
They're not. That's not going to happen. And let's see, the Clemson Tigers.
They're 3-5.
I don't need to say anything. And the LSU Tigers now have their governor running their athletic program, which I
Oh
think is
yeah, I guess that did happen.
yes, the
Yeah.
governor is now running the program, which is pretty cool.
Shout
Uh,
out, yeah, shout out that shit show.
yeah,
Of
and I
all
thought
Tiger
this
teams.
hypothetically as well, Nate. If you guys lost to Oregon, do you think people would have just said the same stuff from last year? Considering because you were saying how
Yeah,
the next three team
no doubt.
Big Ten teams are all winless in the Big Ten.
Well, because okay, in our defense,
This is where I
we
pack.
can't do much to stop that. Like, no one thought Wisconsin was going to be this bad. No one thought Penn State was going to fall off of the cliff the way that they did, and then obviously everyone knew Purdue was going to suck. But yeah, no, I mean definitely, I think that someone like I think that the same narratives the same narratives from
Seems
last year would have
haunted.
been a thing this year if we didn't beat Illinois and we didn't beat
Get out of here,
Oregon.
Gator.
Like if we didn't beat the two ranked teams we played this year, we 100% would have been dealing with the same. But we did beat the two ranked teams we played this year pretty badly. So no one can really say anything to us about that.
Fair.
Um,
That's wild.
Also on the Georgia Florida game, I just okay. Georgia got bailed. I've been much nicer to Georgia in the last few weeks. I'm sure you guys have realized. Um, Georgia got bailed out in this game for a number of
No,
reasons.
no, not true.
Let
Not
me say,
true.
when Florida failed that 4th and 1 on the UGA 23-yard line with like 5 minutes left, I knew they were going to lose the game. Like in my head, like that happened. I turned to my friend and I was like, Florida's losing. Because it's just, you take the points there. Like you go up by 6 because worst case scenario, Georgia does what they do, go down the field, score a touchdown, and then all you need is a field goal. But the way that the position that Florida was in at the time after Georgia scores the touchdown is needing a touchdown. So their play calling was a lot more like home run balls and just kind of like it was a lot more aggressive than what it would have been if Florida had the 2.5 minutes they had to just get down to like they have a really good field goal kicker. So like they could have gotten down to the 35. Like they had done it a bunch on other drives, but it was just in their head. And yes, let me settle it. That was a catch the complete bullshit that wasn't called a catch. Like
I
you can
disagree
easily see that the ball doesn't like the ball survives the ground. Like he catches it, but it's one of those where I don't think there was enough evidence to overturn it. Like it was one of those where whatever the initial call was going to stand. And so
Yeah.
like I thought it looked like a catch. Like I think when you look at it, it looks like the ball bounces his hand and goes up, but it's not clear enough. So technically
Well, I
by
saw
the
the angle that was
ruling,
like technically like straight on, and it kind of
Yeah.
looked like it touched the
Well,
ground
also, and
first.
that's
But
another thing. Being at the game, I'm sure there were more angles that they showed you on television. But they didn't like on the jumbotron. They only showed like two angles, and it's one where it's like you can see the turf coming up from where it smacks the ground, and it like was not you could not tell. But I think from what Nate
angle they
was,
showed
I was
us
100% sure like we did it.
the angle one of the angles they showed us on ESPN was like a back it was like from the back of the player, and that one looks like a catch. Like that one looks like it hits
of
his
course
hands
that
in and
one would,
it's
because then you
fine.
can't see it when it's in his body.
No, but
Yeah,
that one has a good view of it. Like it was a side on, you could see the ball go into his hands. Regardless, I do like that play call, by the way. Like I think throwing a home run ball there is like fine. It's an aggressive play call, but I think it's fine. But anyway, Georgia needs to get their shit sorted out, or they're going to have the exact same thing happen to them that happened to them in the playoffs last year. Like, if Georgia doesn't get this sorted out, they're gonna get dog walked by the first good team they play, which is exactly what happened to them last year. So, like, this is a great Georgia team. Like, you have heard me say that, but they are just so damn inconsistent. They cannot piece together a stretch of games where they play well. Like, I don't think this year Georgia has had. I want to go through this since conference play has started. Tennessee game looked very iffy for one half of that game, but they turned it on in the second. Looked really bad against Alabama, really good against Kentucky, really bad against Auburn, very bad in the first half against Ole Miss, but very good in the second half, and then kind of not great against Florida. And like, yeah, Georgia's schedule isn't the easiest to end the year, but it's not like too bad. At Mississippi State is a hell of a trap game, and if they don't take that seriously, they will lose. Texas has shown themselves to be better, but that game is in Sanford, and I don't think that Georgia will
Eyes
lose
Manning.
that. Yeah, they play Charlotte, which is hilarious, and then they play Georgia Tech, who has once again also been inconsistent and kind of fallen off a cliff. So I don't know. Same thing we always say about Georgia. Inconsistency is their real issue right now. If they don't get that figured out, then it'll just be a repeat of last year. And yeah. All right. Moving on to the general games of the week. Friday night kicked off. Memphis kicked the shit out of Rice. Riley, you wanna?
Good job. Oh, okay. Who cares?
We will be inside you, Memphis, eventually, if we can get this trip planned.
I feel like there's a better way to say that, maybe.
No. Also, Jackson, lock in. We're talking about games now.
Did
I
we
know.
say that on
I
the podcast that we
literally
were
thought
definitely
that
going to
was
try to
We
like
make?
literally planned it on the.
Well,
Oh, he's gone.
we really planned it when we tried to film earlier this week. Um, and it didn't work out.
All right. Ohio State beats Penn State 38-14. Looked good for one half for Penn State. Looked like they were starting to get a little bit of mojo, and then Ohio State turned it on. So Yes, Julian Sand is going to win the Heisman this year, and it's going to be really disappointing because I don't think he should win the Heisman, but he's been really good in games recently.
This is true.
Also, yeah, Ohio State's good. Lipty whoopty doo whipty way. I won't trust them until they beat
No way.
Michigan.
They're the number one.
They are very like they're a very slow starting team. Um,
Also true.
so depending on that, that's why I actually really like that Indiana Ohio State matchup because if they decide to start slow against us, they're going to be down by like 21 before they can know it because our offense is so volatile. Um, but yeah, good game.
You
Anyway,
know, on a side note,
um,
I was packing. I found my spike slippers. Look at these. This is the coolest thing ever.
Wear your mascot on your feet.
It's Spike. Look up Spike. He's my favorite mascot by far. It's just
you
a
like the
look.
inflatable one. Also,
Yeah,
Jackson, you're really going to want to lock in for this next game. NC State destroys Georgia Tech 48-36, ending Tech's run,
go on.
ending the potential undefeated season.
Okay, I
Um,
will say though, Haynes King freaking carried in this
yeah, I mean,
game.
If Tech didn't have Haynes King, they would
They'd
have
be
won like
screwed.
four
He
games
leads
this
them in
year.
rushing and passing yards. He 408 for
He is their
25 for
entire team.
35,
Well, that's the
throwing
thing.
2 touchdowns. I think he ran
He's
for 2 touchdowns. He had 20
very-
carries as a quarterback. Hello? That man alone is
He's their
responsible
whole
for
team.
4 of their touchdowns.
Yes, that's why at Mercedes-Benz, if we attack him and he's injured, no playoffs for you, my friend. No,
He
no,
was
no.
injured last year, and he still went very well against you guys.
Yeah. But their
No, it's
defense,
not true. That didn't happen. I think my rage baiting is failing. Okay, I'll be serious
how
for the
many
rest.
overtimes did y'all do last year?
Yeah, I was
A
about to say.
one.
But yeah, what the fuck, by the way? Like,
Their
okay, NC
defense did
State,
not do well.
one of my best friends here at IU is like from Raleigh and is an NC State fan, and we've been talking the whole year about NC State, and every time he's like, this team sucks. Like the defense is awful. The offense is the only reason that this team isn't like 1-7. And
Yeah.
then the defense still wasn't good in this game, don't get me wrong. But CJ Bailey, by the way, I have CJ Bailey on my college football fantasy team. So I've known that he is good this year. But he probably had his best game for NC State this year. With going 24 for 32 for 340 and 2 touchdowns. Um, just hilarious amounts of cannibalization from the ACC here. Um, but also Georgia Tech's still second in the ACC, which means if they win out in the ACC, it doesn't matter whether or not they lose to Georgia
Let
because
me
they'll be
look
in
and
the
see
ACC
who is
championship
on
anyway.
Yeah.
you were
Huh?
talking. I'm gonna look and see who's on their schedule because I know Clemson was
Oh,
supposed
it's
to be
so
big.
easy. They
They
don't play
have
anyone. They play like Wake Forest.
at Boston College, home game
Okay.
against Pitt, and then it's
Okay.
Mercedes-Benz us.
Pitt is actually pretty good this year.
It is kind of good.
So
24.
that'll probably be, yeah. So, I mean, this was a point explosion. There was like 1,000, it was like almost 1,100 yards of total offense in this game. Just like incredible, just college football nonsense going on here. And yeah, I don't really, I mean, hey, I have been a little like, what's the word? I've been suspicious of Tech this year because I saw their performances against teams like Duke. I saw their performances against teams like I think that was Wake Forest is the game they needed to beat them in overtime in.
Oh yeah.
Like this Tech team is inconsistent. And we fully saw what happens when that inconsistency. It's kind of the same thing with Georgia, except they don't have the same talent that Georgia has to bail them
They got
out of
Haynes
games when
King.
this happens. Yeah, and then that's kind of it. Um, but yeah, like the reason why Georgia's able to get away with it is because Georgia inherently is one of the most talented teams in the country. Tech, on the other hand, is talented, but not talented enough to get away with it when they play like this. So yeah, just a rough one for Tech. It doesn't derail their season. They still need if they still win out in the ACC, it doesn't matter what happens in the UGA game. They can still win their way into the playoffs with a win against probably going to end up being like UVA. Which by the way, like no one's talking about UVA and they're like undefeated in conference and they are like leading the conference at the moment. Um,
I mean,
Maybe
but yeah,
Anna of this year, if you think about it.
they could be. Except they've actually beaten ranked teams, which we did not do last year.
Wait, so who have they beaten?
They beat Florida State when they were ranked. They beat Louisville, who is now ranked. They
man,
beat
we're not gonna do that.
Okay, I didn't know about the Louisville. I just remember that one clip when they beat FSU and they stormed the field early and they like trampled that one FSU player.
Yeah, almost killed him. For the sake of time, let's move on. Vandy gets pimp slapped 34 to 31. Oh, we're smoking that Vandy pack. Two turnt, two ass.
Do you still
Eat
think there's
shit, Vandy.
Anchor down. I like
Pavia?
Vandy.
Does Pavia still think he should get the Heisman? Do we
He
think
never should have
maybe?
been in the Heisman conversations to begin with. He has had like two good passing games this whole year, and one of them was this game.
He's
I was
also
gonna say this game was a pretty solid passing performance for him.
What were you saying, Jackson?
he is also like probably single handedly the reason that they lost to Alabama as well.
Their
For his
defense was really good in that game.
well, your defense was good, but like I'm saying for his team specifically.
Yes. Um, I mean, yeah, Vandy had a spirited fourth quarter comeback, but ended up being too little, too late. I think they were down 34-10 going into the quarter. Um, so realistically, there wasn't going to be any way they got this back. This was easily Texas's best performance of the year. I don't know where this has been all year from
They
them. I
decided
don't
to
know where this.
lock in the second half of their season.
You know
What's
what it
happening?
was? It was Arch Manning getting CTE in that game against Mississippi State in overtime that has unlocked his true potential.
He's like, if you just turn
Wait,
your
Um,
wait,
brain
wait,
off.
wait, 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 wait. This reminds me. I think there's a clip of like Joe Burrow like getting hit so hard by Clemson in like 2018 that like someone
no,
said
no,
that's locked
I know
in.
what you're talking about. It's not
Yes,
Clemson. It was UCF.
it was
It was
UCF, but like they
it was
killed Joe Burrow to where he like locked in for the next year. This
that's what
is
happened.
Arch Manning.
I would be a little bit more scared of Texas. I mean, obviously we need to see if they consistently can keep doing this, but like hey, their offense has seemingly been unlocked in the last few weeks, which has been Texas's issue has never been their defense. Their defense has been good the entire year. I mean, their defense has single-handedly won them games this year. Like I can look at the Kentucky game, Oklahoma game, like their defense is carrying hard. But if their offense starts to tune up as well, 100% Texas is back to being the threat that everyone thought they were going to be before the year. The issue is the damage has kind of already been done after the loss against Florida, and so now they have to win out, and that includes winning at Sanford against Georgia, which is no mean feat. Ask Ole Miss, ask anyone else. Don't ask Alabama. We made that shit our home. But um, just shout out. Sanford is a hard place to play unless you're Alabama, but it is going to be tough for Texas to pull this back, especially because they also have to play A&M. But hey, if
Yeah,
their
we were talking
offense,
about is this the year that A&M's not little bro, but I honestly, if
the
Texas
game's
keeps
in
playing,
Texas, right?
I don't know. Let me
Yeah,
look.
it is. It is in Texas. Thanks,
Okay,
Jackson.
then never
Um,
mind.
It is in Texas.
I don't think the
um,
Yell leaders will help them there.
no, I don't think so either. But yeah, good game for Texas. Gets their season back on track. For Vandy, I don't know. They aren't as good as everyone thought they were. This is very known. And speaking of teams that we didn't think were as good, Jackson, once again, you might want to lock in for this one.
I'm like,
SMU beats Miami 26 to 20
oh
behind
man,
a disaster class vintage
Number one
game from
country in the
Carson
nation
Beck.
is back, ladies and gentlemen.
I
Uh,
Only
personally
two interceptions though.
my favorite part of that game is the post game interview when he blames Coach Mario Cristobal instead of him for throwing the interception.
I mean, to be fair, Cristobal sucks, but like Miami in the last few weeks, let's take note. Miami has gotten bitch slapped by Louisville, struggled against Stanford for a bit, and then lost to SMU. Bad looks right
Yay.
now.
Um,
Bad looks right now
Vandy just has to
for the
beat
Hurricanes.
Auburn, Kentucky, and Tennessee, and then they're 10-2. That's also like not that bad,
Yeah, they're
but
not
it's
going to beat
at
Tennessee
Neyland.
though.
It is at Neyland, so
But yeah, I losing to SMU is hilarious. Like SMU is
go
not
Hokies,
very good this year.
go Hokies.
Um, and yeah, just hilarious work here from Miami to once again lose. And I don't really know if they're going to get into the playoffs now because their
Probably
only
not.
way in might just be winning the ACC, which they
That's
might
what
not be able to do because they've already lost twice in conference.
because UVA and Tech are more like increasingly more the probable ACC championship contenders. So like
Or
I don't know.
Pitt or Louisville. Like there's a lot of teams ahead of Miami right now.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah.
Because who do they have?
Um, yeah. Go on, Riley.
They got I mean, they don't play another ranked team until they play Pitt. So, I mean,
Yeah, well, they've lost to two unranked teams this year, so
that's
we can't
true.
really
Who
use
knows?
that.
If they keep
Who
crumbling and
knows?
then Carson Beck is back to his old ways, who freaking knows?
Who knows? And then Notre Dame beats Boston College 25 to 10. Notre Dame, you are firmly on fraud watch. That was one of the worst teams in
They
all
were
of
on
Power
fraud
Four.
watch when they were 0 and 2 in the AP Bowl.
They're more on fraud watch now, in my humble opinion.
My humble
Texas
opinion.
Tech beats Kansas State 43 to 20. This might be the first time we've talked about Kansas State since we lost our shit at them for losing to Army and earlier in the year, and
That
then
was
almost
fun.
losing to North Dakota. Um,
Good stuff.
anyway, good stuff. Oklahoma beats Tennessee 33 to 27 behind probably the shortest shorts of any kicker I've ever seen. I mean, I
Oh
know they
my
talked about it on
God.
the
Kurt
broadcast,
Herbstreit
but he
like
was
called
like
them an abomination.
he was like I mean, he's not wrong. He was also like 6 for 6 on this game. Um,
I mean, you
real
can't like
carrying performance.
yeah, I mean, I guess you can't knock it if he's doing well. But let me find the actual like clip of
Bro, it is
Kurt.
taking me out how fucking Jackson has just like fucked off.
I just
For
changed.
audio listeners,
That's
for
awesome.
audio listeners, if you don't hear him speak for like 10 straight minutes, he's just in the bathroom. He was
Well,
just
I was
doing
shaving my
he was
face. I
working
can't
on
shave
his
my face. This is a cleanly shaven face right here.
You couldn't have
Never
like
been done.
you couldn't have like waited 20 minutes until the podcast is over to shave your face?
No, I have to drive immediately to the north, undisclosed
The
location.
North.
North.
Anyway,
But
yeah, Tennessee wore their
Kurt said that
stupid
just dressing like that should be a penalty if we're
Yeah,
going
I don't
back to what he
understand why
used
he
to
was so
care.
upset with the shorts. I thought, like, why does it
because
matter?
it looks bad.
It just looks strange. It looks like bike
I'm on
shorts.
Yeah, but
I think they look really bad.
like okay, yes, it looks silly, but like he still made it. I don't know.
No, like he's a great kicker. Like, but I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
saying,
All the power to
I
you,
don't
but
like
I'm
the
like,
short
all right,
shorts.
your choice. But back
Also,
to
Tennessee wore
UVA.
their blackout uniforms and lost. LMAO, uh, ha, uh, stupid dog.
Smoking
Actually, I
that.
can't say that. Apparently, that dog got cancer.
What?
Apparently, I don't know if this is entirely true.
Smoky?
Uh, hold on, you guys LARP. I'm gonna search this up.
That's so
Okay,
sad.
Tennessee
that's
dog
terrible.
cancer.
Bro, when I was driving back home
Oh
this
yeah,
weekend,
Tennessee's
speaking of
mascot
life
died
death,
diagnosed with cancer.
a
Sad. Oh
doggy
wait, that was like a week and
cancer.
a half ago.
That's terrible.
That's so sad.
I can put my rivalry aside. Get better, Smokey.
No, because everyone cares about a dog. Hello, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Like,
Well, we can't really say that, Riley. No, we can't say that everyone cares about a dog, given the amount of shit we've talked to Uga on this podcast.
Yeah, but you don't want Uga to get cancer. That's
yeah, if
terrible.
Uga got cancer,
No,
I
I
wouldn't
don't
be
want
like,
Uga to get cancer.
Maybe
finally.
it's
Like,
the
hello.
animals to
I
get
think you
hurt.
guys are actually mistreating Uga.
We care about the well-being of animals. That's
How
We
what
are
you
care about the
can
well-being
say.
of animals.
that dog gets better treatment than everyone in the band combined.
That's probably true.
Inbreeding them.
He is not inbred.
Poor Uga.
Hey, I
But
know I
anyway,
actually stepped on
It's been
Uga.
several weeks since you've brought up Uga, Nate. Are you feeling okay?
it's all part of me trying to be nicer to Georgia.
You will like this. Yay! I actually stepped on Uga like during the Ole Miss game. Like Uga was coming out and the band was there and they didn't tell us to move. People would just be like, "Oh, the dog's coming." But I was in the very front of the line watching the game, and they were like, "Go behind," and I went behind, and Uga also went behind, and I accidentally stepped on his paw. And how he reacted? He did not care at all. He was just like, "Okay."
He didn't react.
Animal
Yeah,
abuse.
he just walked off, and like he just looked at me with his tongue out, and then he just walked off, and I was like, okay.
Is he
Freaky,
okay?
freaky
I
ad dog.
step on him that hard, but I definitely like stepped on a toe, and like I felt bad because I stepped on a dog, and then he was like, "Hey," like he did not care.
Right.
Sometimes, so my dog Remy, sometimes I will be
Like to step on
cooking in the
a dog.
we'll be cooking in the kitchen and Remy will come over because he smells food and then he'll just be in the most inopportune place. So I'll like open the oven to put food in and then I'll step on his foot because he's just standing in front of the oven. And I'm like, hey, I feel bad, but this is not my fault. It's not my fault. The dog just decided to be in the worst place possible in our kitchen.
It was just poor timing. Like literally, it made no sense for what Uga did. He went around me, so his leash got caught in me, and I stepped behind because I thought he was gonna go through me, and I stepped on his toe, and I felt bad for him.
Remy
Speaking
mentioned.
of Remy, my parents gave him a mohawk, and it's
I love when he
stupid.
gets a mohawk.
I
He's
hate it.
sent me a photo of
He's
it.
getting a haircut next week, so it's not going to be on his head when I come back home, which is really nice. That
No.
means they only gave him a mohawk when I was gone.
I like when he has a mohawk.
I
It's cute.
hate it when he gets a mohawk.
It's
He
cute.
looks stupid.
No, he doesn't. He looks rock and roll.
Yeah,
He
he's an
looks
eight
dumb.
metal
He looks
band.
badass.
No, he didn't. And they dyed it orange one year. It was really bad looking.
Okay, nothing should ever be orange.
Orange is a dog shit color.
Wanna be.
But
Wait, all three of us hate the color orange.
yeah, orange sucks.
Orange just does not look good in anything, especially burnt orange as well.
Yeah, especially with the
Agreed.
color purple.
Agreed. Based ass take, Jackson. Anyway,
We
football.
don't move out of run out of time.
UVA
UVA
beat
beat
Cal
California.
31-21. Good job. Louisville beat Virginia Tech 28-16. Potentially, James Franklin has been heavily linked with Virginia Tech, which would be a very good move for Virginia Tech, given that Franklin's a good coach. Utah beats the brakes off of Cincinnati 45 to
Freaking
14.
crazy.
This Utah team makes no sense to me because they have lost. They got kind of smacked by Texas Tech, lost pretty convincingly to BYU, and then they destroyed Cincinnati. So Utah is just here to cause chaos. Like they're not. I don't think they're going to make the Big
They just want to
12
disrupt
championship.
some rankings.
Also, the Big 12 is just hell bent on cannibalizing itself as a conference, and I love it. It's the spiritual Pac 12.
They're just having
Especially
fun.
they are. Um, Michigan barely beat Purdue 21-16. Bryce Underwood once again had a bad game, and Justice Haynes got injured, which is bad for my fantasy team. Um, Next. West Virginia. Oh yeah. Speaking of the Big 12 cannibalizing itself, West Virginia upsets Houston 45 to 35 on the road. What the fuck? Like every week we go into these games and we're like, "Oh yeah, it must be easy." And then like three Big 12 teams lose to teams they should beat.
Do you think they're like in a weird little like NBA style betting thing where they're like, we're just gonna upset every other week just
Off
to
the
have
sports
some
books.
fun? Like we're just gonna like throw the points.
It is hilarious. Um I mean, just I don't know, Houston. Like every single time that a Big 12 team that isn't Texas Tech or BYU has a chance to prove themselves, they just kind of lose.
Yeah,
Yeah,
airball
just
it.
eh. Um, and then yeah, moving on. USC beats Nebraska 21 to 17. Dylan Raiola finally has succumbed to his
Dylan got
awful
me.
offensive line and is out for the season with an injury.
Oh,
Damn. What will Mahomes think?
You know he's going to be the guest picker this week on game day?
Really?
Yep,
huh.
Where is it this week?
it's at
It's
Texas Tech.
at Tech.
Oh,
Love, right?
Makes sense. Yeah, I mean that is his alma mater.
I mean,
Or
like,
Texas Tech BYU. It'll
that'll
be a
be
good
good.
game.
but also like it should be at Texas Tech too.
Yeah, I mean there's no other game that's better than that
Yeah,
this
that
week.
would be the best
So
game this week. Looking ahead, which is a great transition into our next little
next
segment.
week, Indiana, Penn State for us. Looking at that, as I said, going to be a tougher game than people think it is on the outside. I would not be surprised if the first half looks kind of similar to the OSU game, where we're going into the second half like kind of close with them. But I think our talent is going to come through at the end of the day. I think we pull away, win pretty comfortably here, 20 or something, 15 or 20 points. And yeah, just I think we just need to get out of this one with a win, get on to Wisconsin, and then move forward off of that. Alabama plays against LSU at Bryant Denny. This is also another game that's much harder than it looks. LSU now has a new offensive coordinator and a new head coach, and so they're going to be kind of hard to game plan against. I do expect this one to be kind of frustrating, even with LSU's issues this year. Georgia at Mississippi State. Jackson, thoughts?
I agree with you. I mean, I think it could be a trap game, but I don't think that it's going to happen. I think we'll pull through.
With
Fair.
my bold take. I think Mississippi State upsets UGA. I think UGA, if they play the way they played against Florida and the play they played against Ole Miss in the first half, and a lot of that, Mississippi State has a very good offense, like underratedly good offense. It's just their defense sucks. So Georgia cannot let themselves get behind the eight ball here in this game, especially because Starkville is an incredibly hard place to play. Um, so I don't know. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and I say that this is the week that it finally catches up with Georgia and they lose to Mississippi State, which means they're gonna beat Mississippi State by 40 because irony. Um,
That's how it works.
BYU Texas Tech game of the week in pretty much yeah game of the week definitely. Um, Pretty big game for the Big 12. I think if Texas Tech loses this, their outright bid is going to look a lot shakier. I don't know if they'll be able to make the Big 12 championship with two
Can the
losses.
Mormons make it work? That's the question.
Can the Mormons make it work? That is the big question. Other games that don't really matter, and then Texas A&M Missouri uh, was
Yeah,
going to be a lot more fun before Missouri's quarterback's leg got snapped in
now it might
half.
just be sad.
Yeah, I think A&M's going
What
to drive a
happened?
train on him.
Did he like break
I
his
think it was like a
finger,
broken,
or did he tear his ACL?
yeah, might have been a femur. It was some sort of broken bone in his leg. It was horrendous to look at. Just it was ugh. Um, Iowa versus Oregon is a incredibly interesting game. Um, I think having to play at Kinnick is impossible. I mean, you saw how bad IU played in that game against at Kinnick. Um, I think that this game will come down to if Oregon's offense, if Iowa's offense can like do anything. Um, if they can, I think Iowa has a 100% chance, like 100% chance of being super competitive in this game. But if their offense is slow starting and just iffy like it usually is, I do see Oregon coming away with this. But either way, this helps IU. There's no way we don't come out of this game looking at least a little bit better because we beat both these teams. So yes. Um, and then yeah, that's kind of it. Navy at Notre Dame. The 7:30 nightcap game could be fun. Oh yeah, Navy lost this week to North Texas. I guess we didn't talk about it because they weren't ranked, but that's a big one. I think the group of five, North Texas is not dead. Like that is a if they make the American Championship game, they are going to be the one in line for the group of five spot. They have an incredible quarterback, really good offense. Um, just saying, don't be surprised if North Texas comes and takes that group of five slot. But yeah, that should be roughly it for this week. Pretty good week of college football. I wish I could watch more of it. But you know, the billionaires are fighting and we get to suffer for it. So that's cool, I guess. Um, but yeah, unless either of you two have anything else to add,
We're taking on the
that
bye week this week.
yeah,
We're winning the
you
Natty.
might also you might lose to the bye week, Riley.
We might. We'll
Um,
find out against Texas A&M whether we lost to the bye week or not.
um, so you say you think you're winning the Natty, Jackson?
Yeah, I guess my final note I'd like to add is I think the duality of all of our experience this year is fun. As you've been, I'm kind of in the middle with like my team. Riley's on the far end of your God, can the season be over? And Nate is on the other far end of this is probably like one of the best years of my life.
I have never had a better sports year than this one.
Must
especially
see.
after
Hey, thank
IU
God for
basketball looked really good.
basketball season. Thank God, because I
Hey
get to
man,
go to a game tonight with a guaranteed win. Just in case, you literally never know. But pretty much, I don't even know who we're playing. So like,
South Carolina is not very
Men's
good at men's basketball.
basketball.
no, this is women's. It's a women's game.
Okay, let's
Oh,
see. Tonight, and you have to report in 10 minutes to face any.
Bowling Green.
Okay, never mind. You beat me.
wow.
Hey, but Bowling
Um,
Green is undefeated. You don't know.
ooh. I have been disappointed by Alabama women's basketball this year because we've
Wait, Riley,
struggled
your next
against
after that
Stetson
is
and
Clemson. Sorry.
Who played Clemson?
Alabama women's
Anyways, I'm
basketball
gonna
looked
interrupt
really
Nate now.
Wait, what about
Women's
Clemson?
basketball looked really bad against Stetson and McNeese State
Well,
earlier, which
uh,
sucks because we
it
were a
kind
good
of
team in the
is.
tournament last year.
I like interrupting Nate.
Um,
Funny.
IU women's basketball looked really good. IU men's basketball looked incredible. We are winning the Natty in football and basketball, and Alabama men's basketball looked good. So all of my sports are hitting right now.
I
That's
mean, our
fun.
men's basketball team looks better than last year, which isn't a high bar, but still, that's good.
It's like the worst team in the SEC last year.
But yeah, I'm excited for basketball.
I'm also excited for basketball. I love basketball.
It's so good. But yeah,
Jackson, you have a motivational quote?
I forgot I said that last time. And it's funny because we brought up cars again. Motivational quote:
It can be real, it can be fake.
when life gives you gators, make a Gatorade.
that was beautiful.
Someone said that
Uh,
one time. I saw like someone posted on Instagram. I was like, wow, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. That's really funny. It was like a gator. They had like the juice squincher, and they were like really squinching the. And then it showed like this gator equals blue Gatorade.
Cute. Not blue.
I don't know. That's the
Why
it's
not
logic.
probably
like
better
the
than what I saw on Instagram this week.
Talk about
which
what I
one?
sent you.
No.
Oh, in your
Go ahead.
DM?
Go ahead,
Do
Nate.
do you want me to say it on the pod? Do you want me to show it on the podcast?
Probably not.
Let's just say Jackson and I are really good friends.
That's a great way to phrase it. Chirp, chirp.
And chirp chirp. Um yeah, I guess that is a motivational quote. Well,
Chirp, chirp.
that
No,
yes,
Gatorade.
that's the motivational quote of the week. Chirp chirp. Um well, as always, I've been Nick Cohen, joined by Riley Davis, the reoccurring guest of Jackson Chapman, and that was the Red Zone podcast. Roll Tide, baby.
I
Ball!